Kwantong Handicap Cup is the feature race at Sha Tin on Sunday. Forms part of a international weekend with two Group 1s coming up from Korea. Very warm welcome to the show. I'm Andrew Lejeune. Good to have your company. I'm joined here in the studio by Paul Lally and Brett Davis. And Brett, yeah, the two Group 1s from Seoul. Danny Shun with two runners. Looking forward to that.
Absolutely, Andrew. Yeah, really looking forward to those races from Korea with some good representation from Hong Kong. Of course, we kick off the all-weather season as well with a couple of races on the all-weather track there at Sha Tin. Turf, the rail will be in the C position. A couple of races a little bit on the short side with regards to numbers, but we've mentioned already that that's generally the case in the early few meetings for the season, but some good quality on show. And
some good jackpots as well, Paul, to follow up from Wednesday and the following Sunday.
Exactly. We've got this big triple trio jackpot, 16.1 million. We're expecting it to get up to 25 million, so plenty of money there. And we've got these quartet and first four merge pools in the even number races, 2, 4, 6 and 8. 10 as well.
Yeah, lazy million going into each one.
Not bad.
Yeah, so it's certainly worth getting your teeth into. So hopefully we'll come up with some answers as far as the quartet and the first four merged jackpot is concerned. Now, as far as the horse is not going around on Sunday, in the fifth event, horse number 4, Wushu Champion of Richard Gibson's Not Now, going around in race number 5, and in race number 6, one of those races on the all-weather that Brett was talking about, You Know Who. Horse number 10, so this leaves us with a field of 9 now to compete. So 8 on the turf, 2 on the all-weather, and we will have those two races from Korea involved in the coverage as well at 2:30 and 3:35 respectively. Kick things off with the Class 4 of the 1200 metres, headed by Multi-Pack Max. He'll roll forward from barrier 8. Owner's Delight only beat 1 on debut. We've got Rich City Fortune, likes to go forward as well. Barrier 4, Tommy Berry back from Cygnus. Super Euro Star goes up in class from his last start win, and we start with 9 in the opener, Brad.
That we do, and the pace is likely to be on the good to slow side, depending on whether or not the battle goes on between Multi-Max and Rich City Fortune. Will Rich City Fortune hand up to Multi-Max? That's the big question, but they should be able to dictate the race.
Looks that way, doesn't it? Here's the Rich City Fortune. We'll have a look at this couple of gallops leading into this, because he's like one of the big chances in the particular race. It's currently the second favourite. You can see he's moving nicely here, 800 metres for him. This was back on the 24th of August, and then we followed that one up here down the back straight, and I thought it was a really nice piece. You can see the horse has come on from gallop 1 to gallop 2, and this was just the other day on the 7th of September. So good piece of work leading into this. He's been well prepared for this particular contest. And the other one we're going to have a look at here is Cream Brulee. Now he's the one closest to us, Cream Brulee, A280. You can see him there. And this was his first gallop. This with Ho Ho Feel, this particular one, this was back on the 31st of August. And then he followed it up with another one with Indigenous Union. Again, he's closest to us, likes to be on the camera, this one. Birdo Responsibly. It was a bit of an easier gallop. You can see he's got the better of the Douglas White runner on the inside there, and it was going on nicely enough. So not a bad piece from him either. I think he's improved in the off-season.
No, I give him a half a chance, Creme Brulee, and Birdo Responsibly on for Dennis Yip. We're going to start off, though, with Rich City Fortune. So we're going back to the final day last year, 4th here behind our folks. Comes into the race with no trials.
Yes, you can see the gap between Rich City Fortune and Multi-Max here. Multi-Max really weakened out of it. He's having his 40th race start. He had 14 starts last season, Multi-Max. So, again, another one from the Tony Cruz yard who had plenty of racing.
Yeah, they didn't miss him at all, did they, Multi-Max? This one particular, Rich City Fortune, he's dropped 19 pounds since this run as well. He looks good for it, and I know he has had that trial, but the two gallops that I showed you have both been pretty good.
Having said that, Rich City Fortune had 18 starts last season, so they both did plenty of racing.
All right, those are the two likely to be on the speed. Super Eurostar signed off with a win at the back end of last year. This was over course and distance, but as a result, he's now back into Class 4 company.
Yeah, Class 5, this particular win. Joe Moreira did ride him on this occasion. This is one of the ones that got Michael Chang over the line towards the back end of last season. He'll be looking for another win, an earlier win, so he doesn't have that pressure towards the end of the season. And it was a nice win from him. Kenny Cope up with up in grade. He's got an awkward draw, barrier 9. I don't know if the race will be totally run to suit. He'll be favourite, but I've got him in the numbers, but not on the win line.
Yeah, I'm going to tip him actually, because I think he's got a turn of acceleration, whereas the other two are sort of, stride and run horses. So they'll have the advantage over him, once they turn into the straight, but maybe his turn of foot might be able to reel them in. It's taken 12 starts to see anything from him, so let's hope he can back it up.
All right, OK. Laugh Out Loud, the last one we're going to have a look at, scored over the 1,400 metres last season. Has won over this trip before, but this is his trial coming in.
Yeah, he's a better 1,400-metre horse, as you touched on, Andrew, with 3 wins over that distance and 1 over the 1,200. He was in good form at the end of last season too. That race where he defeated Sam's Love was a very, very good win, and then he had an excuse or two in his following start behind Relentless Me. They're going to run him off his legs a little bit early. That's the problem for him. He's going to give away a little bit of a start, and with the shorter distance, I think he could probably sort of pinch minor money.
Yeah, his fresh up record isn't particularly good either, is it? So yeah, it normally takes a run or two.
Right, OK. I think we might get it early here, Paul. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I'm going to go with Rich City Fortune in this, and I've put him on top. I just think he's improved in the off-season. Those £19 drop is good for him. Multi-Max, he's won off a rating of 61 fresh last season. He's now rated 57, so he comes right into the occasion. Super Eurostar, as we mentioned, up in class, and that Cream Brulee, that track work I saw from him, I think he's a horse on the improve. He might add a little bit of a spice to exotics, but QQP would I see sort of this way, 6-1 and 1, 6 and 9 boxed up.
Yeah, I've got the 9 on top, Super Eurostar. I thought Michael Chang just sort of got him going well towards the end of last season. Look, he's very short at that price because he's going to give away a start, so I'd be looking at, you'd want 2 to 1, I would have thought. Rich City Fortune and Multi-Max are the danger. I think the 6 will finish in front of the 1 and Laugh Out Loud. I'm going to suggest you play the trio or a trifecta and just take 1, 2, 6 and 9. I don't think there's much else really in the race. Maybe Paul's Cream Brulee might be one to sneak in for the exotics, but 1, 2, 6, 9 would be the play for me.